Well, floorball fans, we're just about to head down to the court for what's set to be another exciting matchup in the North American Floorball League as the Minnesota Growlers take on the Fresno Force. The Growlers, an expansion team coming out with a dominant start in the NAFL. They currently have a 2-0 record. They're going to look to improve it this season. Fresno, of course, returning with some success so far. With a day one victory, Fresno going to be looking to hop back on the winning train with their 1-1 record. It's certain to be a fun game. We've seen a lot of energy from the Growlers, a lot of physical play. Fresno, a team that loves working together. They have a great team spirit, and they're going to be helped today by the addition of number 15, Taylor Walsh, a returning player from last season, a Canadian export. He's reuniting with team captain Matt Smith. It's going to be exciting to see the two of them work on a line together. As we head down for the face-off, it'll be number 26, Tuukka Hiltunen, ready to take it for Minnesota. Minnesota has had several high-octane players with a lot of points. Number 10, Ilmari Lehtinen, is tied for third place with Swedish men's national team player Linus Malmström from the Florida Vikings with 7 points so far across 2 games. Tuukka Hiltunen, number 26, with 6 points across 2 games. Of course, number 55, Adam Torkelson there, who just had the block. He's a player to watch for Fresno. He's had 4 goals, 1 assist across 2 games. He's been an electric player to watch so far. Very energetic. He leaves it all out on the court. Auroila, the pass down the line. Nilsson there with the recovery for the Force. Torkelson around middle court, trying to get a pass off to Noaman. It goes off the foot of Auroila. Noaman now around the goal line of Minnesota. Number 8, Max Blanco. An attempt for a Michigan goal there by Noaman. Gets deflected by Arvinen. The ball sailing around the world. It's Eetu Vanjonpää there on the recovery for the Growlers. An energetic first minute to start off this match here. New lines coming out for both teams. Got 3 Canadians here on the line for Fresno. Matt Smith, Taylor Walsh, Thomas Kortmaj. And we also have 3 returners from last year's Fresno Force squad in Smith, Walsh, and Castellanos. And it'll be Castellanos here on the far wing. They'll go with a pass back out to Walsh. Over to Kortmaj. Walsh now in the center lane. He'll go with a pass out to the wing to Frafjord. Growlers playing 2 men up around half court. The pass gets around Rovinen. It's Matt Smith. Shot attempt deflected there by Pasi Arvinen. Now it's Rantala here on the close wing. The pass looking for Kotovuoto. Matt Smith getting the angle there, getting the leverage and driving. Now it's Smith on the offensive. Yarvinen, a brick wall there for the Growlers, forcing him behind the goal line. He's in double team coverage. What can Smith do? He passes it out. Fredrik Frafjord to Walsh. Walsh shot. Saved by Yarvinen. Phenomenal job there. And it'll be number 53, Santu Leto here with a pass. It's coming cross court, Vanjonpää, back to Leto. Eetu Vanjonpää, coming around the middle. Pass back out to Hiltunen. Hiltunen now, center lane, back to Leto. And a deep pass in the center to Tuukka Hiltunen, sails just wide right when he makes the shot. Very strategic play there from the Growlers, sending 3 men down the middle before finally making a run at it. Santu Leto there. Max Blanco getting a steal from him, but Pasi Arvinen falls on the ball. He's going to throw it down, looking for his man Bjerninen. The pass falling short. Max Blanco now with an opportunity. Goes off the body of Leto. A second shot attempt saved by Arvinen. Tuukka Hiltunen now with the ball. He's around his own goal line, back off the back wall to find number 53, Santu Leto. Fresno doing a great job so far this game, really manning the counterattacks. Great defense there from number 78, assistant captain Kim Nyberg. Blocking the shot there from Bjerninen. That attempt from Matt Smith sailing out of bounds. It's going to be the hit in here for the Growlers. And a quick equipment timeout here for number 77, Pasi Arvinen, to lace up his boots. It'll be team captain number 64, Jipa Auroila, with the pass to Vanjonpää to start off this drive. Coming down to Rene Kotovuoto. Back out to Vanjonpää. You can tell the chemistry really developing with this Growlers line. They're a heavily Finnish team, and as we know, Finnish style of play often involves a lot more passing. We see it with the Finnish lines from the Fort Worth Jaguars as well. It's propelled both the Jaguars and the Growlers to the top spots in the league so far. Currently, the Growlers and the Jaguars with undefeated records. The Growlers certainly going to hope to continue that trend to 3-0 today. Pass to Rovinen. Back to Rantala. Stolen there by Matt Smith, number 61. The pass now to Frafjord. Frafjord shot attempt. Just wide. Chipped out by Järvinen. And it's going to be a Fresno force hit in here. Blanco to take it. Noaman working with Blanco. And now it'll be number 78. Kim Nyberg there on the recovery. He's facing a press there from Järvinen. That ball goes off the leg of Auroila. And that's Torkelson getting it to Noaman behind the goal line. Noaman gets it out to Nyberg. And that pass deflected there. Järvinen pressing him deep. Coming around the middle. Torkelson loses control. Hiltonen on the offensive to Järvinen. Saved twice by Ben Kitty, goalkeeper for the Fresno Force. Now the fast break. Blanco shot high and out of bounds. It'll be a Minnesota hit in. A fast-paced series there from both teams. Minnesota going to look to slow down the pace of the game. Matt Smith going to be the up man here in zone defense for the Fresno Force. Leto, the pass to Vanjonpa. Frafjord and Smith pressing up. The cross-court route still open. Kotulwoto back to Vanjonpa. Cross-court now will find Rantala. Go back out. Santu Leto. Vanjonpa on the close wing, looking for options. We'll go down to Hugo Rovinen. Chipped away there by Frafjord. He still get a shot attempt off. It goes off the body and number 15, Taylor Walsh. And an attempt and make there by Rovinen, but it's after the whistle. It'll be a Fresno ball. That was a close call there for the Force. Taylor Walsh there doing a great job of in the crease defense. That was one of his biggest strong suits last year for the Fresno Force as a defender. Edvin Nilsson down the line. He overshoots Blanco. Vanjonpa able to get the angle there, but it'll go to his knees on the wall. It's going to be hit awarded here to the Minnesota Growlers after Blanco's defense. To be taken by Vanjonpa. We'll go with a pass out to Leto. Coming around center lane from the crease. We'll go to Vanjonpa as his team makes substitutions. Hiltunen to Auroila. Back to Vanjonpa. Pass back to Hiltunen. Max Blanco there, pressing up. But it's going to be the hit here awarded to the Growlers off of that defense. Tuukka Hiltunen set to take it. Vanjonpa coming up for support. Hiltunen now charging towards center court. Pass back to Vanjonpa. Auroila. The pass down the side to Hiltunen, trying to get it back to Auroila. Noaman jumping the passing lane there. It's a mad grab for possession. Hiltunen still holding on to the ball. Hit awarded here to the Growlers. Auroila cross-court pass. Järvinen and shot goes off the leg of Nyberg. It'll be a hit in here for the Growlers. "14 minutes still remain in the first. We're still scoreless here. Not a lot of opportunities. It's been a lot of back and forth so far in this game. Kotulwoto behind the goal line. He'll shoot it up and over from behind the goal. Recovered there by Jonas Castellanos. Trying to get it out. Kotulwoto gets a shot off. Kortmans able to recover there with a pass to Walsh. Walsh back to Kortmans. But the pass has just a little too much heat and it sails out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers hit in. Of course, the Growlers are coming off of an impressive hard-fought win yesterday against the Aviators. They won in overtime, the first overtime game of the 2023 season, 5-4. It was a hard-fought, physical game there. 5 penalties overall. Only 1 on Minnesota, though. It was Pasi Arvinen, the goalkeeper, causing quite the kerfluffle with a 2+2 penalty. Even so, throughout the entirety of the game with the Aviators, you could see that Minnesota had prepared for physical play. They were running drills pre-game on maintaining shoulder-to-shoulder contact, getting leverage. We're going to see what benefit that can have here against the Fresno Force. Hiltunen, the pass back. Lehtinen to Hiltunen, the shot goes off the body of Kitty. It still stays in bounds. It's going to be Ilmari Lehtinen now on Edvin Nilsson. They come around the wall. Lehtinen falling out of bounds. The hit awarded here to the Growlers. 13-20 still remaining in the first. Hiltunen to Lehtinen. Hiltunen, the spin around. Vanjonpa. We go back out to Leto. Blanco pressing on the left wing. Vanjonpa taking the pass. Blanco getting tight, forcing him back towards his own goal line. Defense from Fresno working so far. Noaman pressuring Bierinen hard, but it's going to be a penalty call. It's going to be a Minnesota ball here. And that's going to be Bierinen called for the penalty there. Fresno about to enter power play here. 12:58 still to go. We'll see if they can heat up their offense. Blanco cross court finds Nilsson. Nilsson gets it down to Noaman. Back to Nilsson. Over to Nyberg. Quick passing on the far wing. Nilsson into Noaman, waiting for an opportunity. He's got Blanco waiting, but he'll miss the shot. The timing just off. Nyberg now leading from the point. Torkelson, strong shot, goes off the body of Auroila. Now it's Rantala trying him out, a fast break offensive. Gaining some traction there in Fresno territory. Nyberg able to kick it out to Nilsson to restart their drive. Rovinen coming in here for the power play defense for the Growlers. Noaman kicks it back out to Nilsson, over to Nyberg, back to Nilsson. Noaman trying to get it in off the body of Santoleto, but it just bounces straight back to him. After the pass to Nilsson, he's looking for a man. Nyberg out to the wing to Torkelson. Ilmari Lehtinen, great defense, getting low. Strong shot from Noaman. Saved by Arvinen. High stick action there from Max Blanco is going to get a free hit awarded to the Growlers. Here to Vanjonpa, set to take it here from Minnesota. He'll send a pass down deep, looking for Captain Yipa Auroila. It doesn't work. Torkelson now with the ball here for Fresno. Torkelson over to Nyberg. Looking back, he'll get a pass around Rantala. Over to Nilsson. Fresno taking their time here. That ball goes off the stick of Rantala. Going down deep. Noaman to Nilsson. Back to Nyberg. Nilsson, the shot attempt goes off the body of Auroila. Nyberg now. The pass. Noaman with a pump fake. That shot by Blanco sailing just wide left. Torkelson now with the ball. Referee is holding the clock here. Here's an equipment check there on the ball. Might have had a crack. It'll be a face-off in the far corner here after the stoppage. In the deep pass down, Hiltunen puts it back in Fresno territory. Nilsson to Blanco. Nyberg now on the far wing. Shot goes on the outside of the goal. Recovered by Pasi Arvinen. Power play is over. Bierinen back in. Trying to get a pass over to Lehtinen. Nilsson with the slide to stop it. Torkelson now driving. Bounces off the legs of Koturoto in the corner against Vanjonpa. Torkelson with the bigger frame, able to kick it out to the wing. Stopping on a dime. The pass to Matt Smith. Smith behind the back pass to Torkelson. Behind the goal line, what can he do? The pass to Noaman, shot just wide right. 10.5 minutes remain, still scoreless here in the first. Yipa Roila, the pass to Eetu Vanjonpa. Down to Hiltunen. Hiltunen now forcing defenders in towards the center. Recovery there by Kortmans for the force. Now it's Fredrik Frafjord. Frafjord straight into the hands of Järvinen. Kortmans there for the force. Björninen still driving, gets it to Hiltunen. Misses on an open goal. It sails wide right. The force trying to get it out of Fresno territory. It's going to be Matt Smith who does it. Smith now on the offensive. Over to Castellanos, back to Smith. It's a smidge behind. The shot attempt by Walsh goes off the body there of Hilton and Kortmans getting it back out to Smith. Over to Castellanos. Castellanos driving in, saved by Järvinen. Advantage play granted here to Minnesota. Yipa Oruela. We go with the pass back to Leto. Come down, Cotelwoto. Blanco there on the pressure from behind, forces a pass back to Leto. Driving out towards the middle, right wing shot to Rovin and intercepted by Kim Nyberg. Intended target, Valtteri Rantala. Blanco there struggling to keep control for the force. We'll kick it out to Nyberg. Nyberg behind the goal. Leto trying to chip it away. Over to Nilsson, advantage play granted. Nilsson, Noaman to Blanco. Trying to get it to Torkelson. Chipped away by Rovinen. High stick violation, it's going to be a Fresno ball. Frafjord to take it. He'll be there with Smith. Kortmans there for support. They'll kick it out to Walsh instead. Walsh trying to find Kortmans. It's Lehtinen on the offensive. He kicks it over. Järvinen just misses. Not happy about that. But it's still going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit in. Deep pass down by Björninen and he'll find Santuleto. Vanjonpa on the close wing. Cross court finds Björninen. Over to Vanjonpa. Come down, Lehtinen. Björninen again, the shot just off, sails high and out of bounds. It'll be Fresno ball. Number 78, Kim Nyberg, heading out to take it. Kim Nyberg jumping the gun there on the hit. Referee Sean Eden not happy about where Kim Nyberg decided to take the ball from. Nyberg now coming around the center. We'll kick it out. Noaman chipping it to no one. Recovery there by Järvinen. Going to be Vanjonpa now. Taking it in here for the Growlers at center court. He'll pass it out to Cotelwoto. Cotelwoto again on the close wing. Blanco pressing. He'll get a pass off to Leto. 8 minutes remain in the first, still scoreless. That pass to Rovinen, kicking it back to Cotelwoto. Rantala cycling now on the close wing. Cotelwoto coming in close to Fresno territory. He'll go with a spin pass back off the wall over to Leto. Cotelwoto coming now towards the center. He'll go over. Eetu Vanjonpa. Blanco trying to pressure him. Nothing can phase this passing offense of the Growlers so far. They're doing a lot better job now in this second part of the first period in maintaining possession, maintaining the passing game that allows them to control the speed, control the flow. Rantala, center, pass, Cotelwoto to Vanjonpa. Back to Cotelwoto. Substitutions coming in here for Minnesota. Smith coming in for Torkelson. Yipa Oruela. Now bringing it around center court. He'll have an angle. He'll pass to Hiltunen. Off the wall, Lehtinen trying to find Hiltunen. Edvin Nilsson's there to break it up. Nilsson gets it around, trying to find Nyberg, taken by Lehtinen. Ilomari Lehtinen driving on the back wall. Trying to get it into his man Hilton, and it's stolen by Newman. On the fast break offensive, getting it around Auroila, but he's able to chip it back to the back wall. Spinning around, it's 2-on-1 in the back corner. The hit's going to be granted here to Fresno. It'll be Matt Smith and Jonas Castellanos yet to take it. Smith trying to get a pass off, blocked there by Hilton, and Yipa Auroila coming into the crease now. Soft pass to Vanyonpa. Kotulwoto now driving, close wing. Coming into Fresno territory, go with the out route. Auroila to Biernenen. Cross court, Kotulwoto, shot attempt, but he misses the ball with his blade. Auroila to Biernenen, now bringing it down to Lehtinen. Behind the goal line, trying to spin around Walsh. Great defense from Fresno, but it's going to be a hit awarded here to the Minnesota Growlers. Both teams rushing substitutions onto the court. Taylor Walsh getting low there, trying to defend. That's Lehtinen with some fancy footwork to get around. Santuleto looking for an opportunity. The pass Rovinen down to Kotulwoto. Going around the center, finding Rovinen, chipped away there by Torkelson and Noaman. Valtteri Rantala, double team coverage there in the back corner. Torkelson coming out ahead, chipped out of bounds there off the stick of Rene Kotulwoto. It's going to be a hit and awarded here to the Force. It's a tale of two defenses so far, live from Georgetown, Texas. Still scoreless after nearly 15 minutes of regulation play. Max Blanco driving down the left wing. Behind the goal line, trying to get it to Nilsson, chipped away there. Valtteri Rantala able to get it out to Leto. Santoleto, soft pass over to Yipa Auroila. Auroila sends it down deep. Ilomari Lehtinen in the back corner. Play's going to be stopped. It's going to be a hit awarded here to Fresno with 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Walsh here to take it for the Force. Frafjord with the pass back to Walsh. Two-man front here for the Minnesota Growlers defense. Frafjord, far wing. A juke to Shake Bierden, and the pass to Walsh, down deep now to Matt Smith. Canadian chemistry seems to be cooking. Lehtinen with the steal. Coming around, shot attempt, sails just wide left of the goal. And now it's Bierden coming around. Emily Bierden, the pass down. Santoleto back to Bierden. Off the wall to find Yipa Auroila. Off the back, trying to find Lehtinen. Walsh is there. We'll see if he has something to say about it. The pass to Hiltonen goes off the body of Ben Kitty. Frafjord fighting hard for possession there. Pushing Yipa Auroila into the wall. It's going to be a hit awarded to Minnesota as a result. Substitutions coming out to the court now. 4 minutes, 12 seconds still to go. Still scoreless here between the Growlers and the Force. The Growlers generally a very high-octane team. We've seen it with a lot of physical play. They're also generally a higher scoring team. Fresno doing a great job with their defense of stopping the incredibly skilled Growlers first line. Rantala, pass to Kotulwoto, back to Rantala. Off the wall, finds Vanyonpa. Vanyonpa shot, sails wide left off the body of his own man, Rovinen. Sails into the back corner. Kotulwoto coming around. Then ball shipped out of bounds, goes off the blade of Edmund Nilsson's stick. Again, substitutions for both teams. 3:49 still remaining. Tuukka Hiltonen getting ready to take this hit here for the Growlers. He's got Lehtinen with him. Hiltonen. Back to Lehtinen. Impressive pass work. Using his foot to kick it back around. Bierden, shot attempt miss. The ball rolling out before he can get it off. Matt Smith through the legs. Collision there between Castellanos and Järvinen. both going for the ball. Seems to be all respect there between Castellanos and Järvinen. It's going to be Minnesota ball coming down now. Vanjonpa around the corner, over to Lehtinen. Dancing around Matt Smith now, center court. He's got Castellanos deep. No pause, let his players catch up. Kortmach, the shot attempt, it's good! Fresno first on the board. A beautiful shot from number 9, Thomas Kortmach. Sails just to the left of Pasi Järvinen. The player from Montreal and the Canadian men's national team coming down south to score some points. 3 minutes, 13 seconds still remaining. Your score now. The Fresno Force 1, Minnesota Growlers 0. Heading back down now, it's going to be Noaman versus Coatzacoalcos on the face-off. Referee's calling improper face-off. It's going to be a Growler ball. And a deep shot attempt there by Rantala, saved by Kitty. Someone's losing a stick there. It's Noaman who's missing it. The shot attempt there by Coatzacoalcos, powerful but sailing out of bounds. Now coming down the line, it's Edvin Nilsson here for the Fresno Force. This is the first game so far for the Minnesota Growlers where they haven't been the first to strike and put points on the board. We'll see what it does for Fresno here heading in. Max Blanco nearly getting an opportunity there. Järvinen able to grab the ball before he can get a shot off. Yipa Ruela now for the Growlers. Cross-court pass to Vanjonpa. Comes down to Coatzacoalcos. Off the wall, it's a short pass. Blanco, the shot attempt by Noaman. Saved there by Järvinen. Another shot attempt off the body of Leto there. Torkelson going to the ground. Coatzacoalcos trying to evade him, trying to get around Nilsson to get a pass off. A great attempt there. Rovinen shot sails just wide right. Rantala trying to get around Torkelson, boxing him out. Goes down, Kim Nyberg. Over to Torkelson. Fresno going to slow down the game, make substitutions. Taylor Walsh now coming in. The pass to Frafjord. The pass down, Taylor Walsh. Less than 2 minutes remain in the first period. Matt Smith now. Behind the back, off the wall to Castellanos. He'll bring it back down to Frafjord. He's got Walsh to the side. Instead, try to go to Castellanos. It goes off the foot of Järvinen. Not enough pressure to make it count. Taylor Walsh in the middle, trying to find Frafjord. Hilton and shot attempt saved by Kitty twice. A beautiful attempt there. It's going to be a Fresno ball. Minute and a half still to go. Fresno, only team on the board. And certainly based on the first period, it's still a very tight game here between the Growlers and the Force, and this is following an already tight game that we had this morning between the Tornadoes and the Jaguars. Jaguars coming ahead 3-2. That also was a tale of two defenses, as we're seeing here. Head to Vanjonpa. Pass to Coatzacoalcos. Over to Leto. Blanco the up man here for the Fresno defense. Down to Coatzacoalcos. Looking for a man to pass to, safe out route to Vanjonpa. He's now cycling on the close wing. That pass there to Coatzacoalcos misses its mark. It's going to be a hit awarded here to Minnesota, though. The fake pass there by Leto sends it to Vanjonpa. Less than a minute remaining now in the first period. Pass to Rantala. Around the middle, he'll lose control of it. Now it's Noaman here for the Force. Far wing. Pass to Blanco. Blanco shot attempt sails just wide. It's around the bend. Torkelson there on Vanjonpa. Rantala there for support. Nilsson able to chip it out. Noaman almost creating an opportunity there. Noaman behind the goal line. This is the ball, still able to chip it out. Rantala is able to take possession. 30 seconds remaining now. Here to Vanjonpa. He has Blanco behind him. Torkelson in front of him. We'll go with the pass out to Valtteri Rantala. Minnesota holding the ball for now. The pass to Leto. Yipa Ruela coming on the court. 20 seconds left if they want to try and gain some momentum heading into the second period. Auruela. The pass over to Järvinen. Back to Leto. 10 seconds. Järvinen, center court, over to Auruela. The shot attempt goes through the legs of Frafjord. Recovery by Lehtinen. As time expires, your score after the first. It's Minnesota Growlers 0, Fresno Force 1. Floorball fans, stay right where you are. We're going to be here soon with an exclusive player interview. And of course, we'll be back in less than 10 minutes with the exciting second period of the Growlers versus the Force. Well, floorball fans of the NAFL, we've just gotten done with a tightly matched period here between the Growlers and the Force. Joining me now, it's Thomas Kortmanch. Thomas, how are you feeling after the first?
Pretty great. I mean, it's a tight game, a lot of back and forth. Happy we got the first goal.
What do you think has been the key this first period that allowed you to lock down that aggressive Growlers offense?
I don't know. We follow our guys. We got a great team, a lot of grinders on here. Keep our guys, put pressure, not leave too much space open.
Certainly. And of course, on the Force, you have a lot of support from fellow Canadian floorballers. What's your experience been like having that pre-existing chemistry with some of your teammates?
I mean, it's great. Like, we already know about where we're going to be on the field. It's better than playing with four guys that I met last week. So that's great.
Very nice. Well, Thomas, best of luck in the rest of the periods today. Floorball fans, you're not going to want to miss what comes next. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with the second period of the Growlers versus the Force. Well, floorball fans, we're almost ready to head back down to the court for the second period between the Force and the Growlers. But before we do, we'd like to remind you that the NAFL wouldn't be possible without the help of our sponsors. Of course, as you know, we sent our explorers out to search the galaxy. They came back and told us there was only one stop for everything floorball, floorballplanet.com. And we have an official clothing partner for the 2023 NAFL season. It's Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa from head to toe, from shoe to shirt. And with the buzzer, as we get ready to head down for the face-off, you can trust that the game ball is the only official game ball of the NAFL. Excel, because like the NAFL, Excel chooses to rule. As we head down, it's going to be Noaman on Hiltonen. Minnesota currently scoreless. It's the first time they haven't been the first to put a point on the scoreboard so far in the NAFL. Hiltonen with a pass back to Vanyonpa. Deep pass around to the corner looking for Ilmari Lehtinen. Fresno currently 1-1. They're certainly going to look to regain some momentum on the season and continue putting themselves in place for a playoff run. And the fake pass there. Now it's coming all the way down. It's back in Minnesota territory. Blanco and Noaman trying to keep it there. Vanyonpa, his pass intercepted. Nilsson, shot attempt by Noaman. Noaman just saved there by Järvinen, and it goes off of Järvinen's leg. Torkelson now in the far corner. The pass back to Noaman, over to Blanco, back to Noaman. Spinning around, almost trying for a Michigan goal, but it's saved there by Pasi Järvinen. The goal coming crushing down like the Tower of Babel. It's going to be a Minnesota ball here. Yipa Ruela, the pass to Santurleto. Smith, the up man in the defense. Leto, the pass to Cotelwoto. Cotelwoto now pressuring on the far wing. Shot attempt. Sails just wide left. Now it's Walsh looking for an opportunity. Breaking through two men in coverage. They'll lose it to the third. Rantala now trying to get a pass to Robin. It'll go to the ground. It'll be a hit awarded here to the Growlers. Calling Matt Smith there for a push. Leto and Auruela. And the spin move around, it looked just like a pick and roll there. Smith and Castellanos jumping to the right and Auruela running to the left. It's what's led to this possession still staying here for the Growlers. It's going to be awarded to Fresno, though, after Castellanos goes to the ground. Nyberg over to Nilsson. Noaman back to Nyberg. Noaman coming around center lane. Off the wall to find Blanco. Blanco missing that pass. It goes down the wall over to Leto. Now it's Vanyonpa on the far wing. Coming around now towards the center. Drawing men in. The pass to Leto. Hiltonen not ready for it. Torkelson jumping into the lane. Trying to get a pass off to Noaman. Sails wide. Referee stopping play. It's going to be a Fresno hit. Nilsson and Torkelson set to take it. Torkelson shot attempt just high. Out of bounds. It's going to be a hit in here for the Growlers. A lot of back and forth this game. Minnesota was doing a good job around halfway through the last period of really getting their passing game going, maintaining more possession time. As we said, it's a very finished style of play, also emulated by the Fort Worth Jaguars. But it seems that they've been losing some possessions here in the second period. Fresno capitalizing with a lot of fast break counterattacks, but it looks like Minnesota starting to slow down and shore up their passing game. Järvinen looking down to Lehtinen. Coming around now, coming back towards center court, the pass out to Santurleto. Now to Bjerninen, across midcourt. Now on the far wing, the pass back, Vanyonpa to Leto. He's got some open court in front of him, Matt Smith pressuring him. Vanyonpa, cross court, finds Hiltonen. Chip to the wall there by Frafjord. Looks like he took an elbow there, but it works. It pays off on the defense there for Fresno. Nyberg going to the ground, and that's a penalty call. Number 26, Tuukka Hiltonen, on the penalty there, sending Kim Nyberg to the ground over the wall. We're seeing a lot of the aggressive play that we're familiar with from the Minnesota Growlers. That's their second penalty of the game. First Björnen and now Hiltunen. Now it's going to be Fresno entering power play here with 17 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the second period. Hopefully they can use it to extend their lead over the Growlers. Noaman, the pass to Nyberg. Off the back wall, looking for Torkelson, he'll find him. Nilsson to Noaman, picking up the pace a little bit here for Fresno. Nilsson, shot attempt off the helmet of Pasi Arvinen. The hit in here for Fresno. Nyberg, over to Noaman. Nilsson now, center court, back to Noaman. Matt Smith staying in the crease, waiting for a pass. He'll come out now, looking for an opportunity. The shot attempt by Noaman goes off the legs of Auruela. Auruela there, doing a great job getting low here for the Growlers defense. Nilsson, the pass out to Torkelson. Shot attempt off the right post. It was a close call, hit and awarded here to Minnesota. Banyonpa here to take it with Leto. Leto, deep pass. He was looking for Björnen and he goes to the ground. It's called clean play. Ball chipped out of bounds. It's going to be another Minnesota hit in. Lehtinen over to Björnen, facing double team coverage there. The spin around. Can't find the ball for the shot attempt. He'll have another chance, though, weaving around. Instead, he's retreating to his own territory. He's got Lehtinen still down there. Another penalty call. Shoulder contact there from Lehtinen, sending Noaman to the ground. It looked like a pretty strong push there. Now the two top scorers for the Minnesota Growlers entering the penalty box, Ilmari Lehtinen and Tuukka Hiltunen. Double power play here for Fresno. Team captain, number 64, Jipa Auruela, going out to discuss with referee Vince Faso. Alex Noaman calling his team over to discuss strategy really quickly before play resumes. Edvin Nilsson here with the ball. He'll be sent back here to take the hit for Fresno. The pass down to Torkelson. Noaman, back to Torkelson. Auruela, Vanyonpa, and Rantala, the field players here from Minnesota, playing tight towards the crease. Torkelson, shot attempt goes off the body of Auruela. It's going to be a hit in here for Fresno. Nilsson to Torkelson. Working hard there on the far wing. Nilsson, shot attempt, it's good! Whoa, referee Sean Eden saying no goal. What a turn of events. It'll be a face-off here. It's going to be for a crease violation, it sounds like. Captain Jipa Auruela discussing there along with Fresno captain Matt Smith. And after discussion there, it'll be a Minnesota hit. Jipa Auruela facing heavy pressure there, double team defense, Nyberg and Smith fighting desperately for possession. Able to chip it away, Matt Smith. There to recover, though. Nyberg to Nilsson. To Torkelson. The shot is good! Second time's the charm for the Fresno Force. A beautiful display there. 15 minutes, 11 seconds still remaining in the second, and Fresno now up 2-0 over the Minnesota Growlers. That was Adam Torkelson on the goal. Remember, he is the top performer so far in points for the Fresno Force, continuing that trend so far this game. Fresno will still be in power play off of Ilmari Letinen's penalty. We're going to see if they can use it to extend their lead even further. Recovery by Fresno here on the faceoff. It'll be number 90, Evan Nilsson here in Fresno's backcourt to take it. Pass to Torkelson. 15 minutes remain in the second period. Matt Smith. A pass out to Torkelson. It goes a little wild. Still able to recover. No pressure here from the Minnesota defense. They're keeping it as tight as possible. Looking to stop the Fresno offensive. Nilsson over to Noaman. Some aggression there from Viernen. Nyberg to Noaman. Faking a shot attempt. Passes to Nilsson. Nilsson shot sails out of bounds. It'll be a Minnesota hit in. Santuleto. Deep pass down. Stolen by Torkelson. Nilsson to recover. Nilsson. Pass down to Noaman. They'll find Nyberg. Circling around. Back to Noaman. Trying to get a shot in off the body of Järvinen, but it sails back out. Torkelson from the far corner. Gets it to Noaman. The corner shot assist nearly working, but it sails out of bounds. Santuleto sent to take the hit in here for Minnesota. Pass down the wall. Nilsson intercepting. Nilsson, the shot attempt saved by Järvinen. Off the wall, it's still in play. Nilsson able to get it out. He'll find Torkelson. Power play is ended. Ilmari Lehtinen back in. Noaman backing off now. Both teams making substitutions here. The pass to Kortmach. On the far wing, Kortmach will find his man Walsh. The press here from Järvinen. Spinning around, he's behind the goal line. Down to Castellanos. Back to Walsh. Looking to make an opportunity here. Instead, he'll send the ball out of bounds. Botched pass there, and it's going to be a Minnesota hit-in. Järvinen Auroila. There, they'll pass it out to Leto. Järvinen on the close wing. Cross-court diagonal. Lehtinen looking for Hiltonen. He'll send it wide. Matt Smith now trying to make a chance here for his Fresno offense. The deep pass nearly shot in there by Frafjord. Instead, it sails wide. Castellanos on the recovery. Now it's going to be Santuleto here for the Growlers, able to get it out to Auroila. Matt Smith on the defense here, but he's pushing around. The pass to Leto off the back wall, looking for Hiltonen. Instead, Frafjord there for the Force, taking it. He'll pass it out to his man Smith, over to Walsh. Walsh, the shot is good! A beautiful goal there, Taylor Walsh. Number 15. And Fresno extending their lead further here. 12 minutes, 50 seconds still remaining in the second period. Your score now, Minnesota Growlers 0, Fresno Force 3. Heading into this game, this certainly isn't the experience that the Minnesota Growlers were expecting to have after their first dominant performances in their first two games of the season. Fresno really heating up as a team here. And we're seeing them shine in these first two periods of the match. Pass to Blanco. We'll see if Fresno can keep it up as they continue on here, as they go on a redemption arc this season. Rene Cotuluoto on the back there. Trying to get a pass off. It goes off the stick of Blanco over to Torkelson. Torkelson driving in close. Saved by Järvinen. Rene Cotuluoto now trying to bring it around. He'll get a pass off to Auroila. Rene Cotulwoto looking to slow play here. Head to Vanyonpa. Pass goes off the stick of Blanco. It could be another counteroffensive here by the Fresno Force. The pass to Torkelson behind the goal line, looking for an opportunity, cutting around. We get a ball out, trying to find Nilsson. The pass goes wild off the wall. Nilsson still able to recover more quickly. They'll pass it out to Nyberg in the backcourt. Off the wall, finds Noaman. Shipped away there by Hugo Rovinen. Getting the ball out to Blanco. Blanco, cross-court shot. Torkelson to Nilsson, saved by Arvinen. Yipa Roila off the wall. Valtteri Rantala now trying to get it around Kim Nyberg. Instead, it'll get it sent all the way to number 8, Max Blanco. Full court pressure here from the Growlers. Play's going to be stopped. It'll be a free hit awarded to the Force. Number 9, Thomas Kortemans taking it there with the pass to number 15, Taylor Walsh. Nick Van Patten there on the close wing. Ball chipped out by Tuukka Hiltunen. It's going to be a hit in here for Fresno. Frafjord goes off the foot there of Björninen. Wasn't even looking for it. Ilmari Lehtinen trying to recover the ball there. He gets low in order to get the angle, but Walsh still there to recover. Vanyonpa to Leto. Cross-court, Lehtinen back to Vanyonpa. Cross-court, Hiltunen. Hiltunen looking for an opportunity. He'll send it back out to Santuleto. Coming around, close wing now. He'll kick it, looking for a pass to Hiltunen. But it sails far. Nick Van Patten on the offensive. Shot sails just wide right. He goes to the ground. Santuleto bringing it in there. Fresno leaving it all on the court. Emily Björninen on the close wing. The pass down the line. He'll find Ilmari Lehtinen. It's Lehtinen on Walsh. Support that from Frafjord. Play stopped. It's going to be a hit granted here to the Minnesota Growlers. Stoppage of play here. Got to wipe the court. Ruela here, along with Rantala. Cross-court pass. Nearly converted there by Rene Cotulwoto. Sails out of bounds. It'll be Minnesota's hit, and starting to put the pressure back on the Force. Ruela behind the back pass to Rantala behind the goal line. Coming around, back behind the goal line. There's a pass, nobody's home. Leto's still the first there to recover. Over to Cotulwoto. Blanco pressuring, but Leto's wide open. Down the middle. Finds Rantala. Over to Ruela. Nearly a pass to referee Vince Faso there. Rene Cotulwoto having to head deep into Minnesota territory to recover that one. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the second period. We're officially halfway through. Fresno still leading by 3. Neumann to Blanco, just behind the goal line. He'll get it to Torkelson. Shot sails high and out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno hit in. It's been an impressive performance so far by both teams. It still remained a very tight game, and keep in mind that floorball is a fast-paced, high-energy sport where anything can happen. It's certainly still anybody's game. Pass, cross-court. Smith there trying to recover against Björninen, chipped by Walsh. Smith now looking to Walsh. Cross-court, finding Frafjord. The ball hit off Vanyonpa there. Spin around, the shot sails wide left, and it goes off the back wall, now on the close wing. Frafjord, shot attempt, wide left. Castellanos there to recover. Matt Smith, around from the back. For a chance. I'll send the ball back to Castellanos. Still in the far corner. Frafjord trying to get it into Castellanos, hit away there by Ruela. Brings it back down to Smith. Smith through the legs of Lehtinen. He gets it to Kortemans. And it's another Fresno goal. With 8 minutes, 58 seconds still remaining in the second. Your score now, Minnesota 0, Fresno 4. Thomas Kortemans, his second goal of the day. We spoke to him in the intermission. He said that things were really clicking and heating up. He appreciated being here with some of his fellow Canadian talent because it meant people already knew where they were going to be on the court. He felt good coming out of the first period. He's certainly got to feel better after that goal. It'll be Noaman on Kotulwoto here for the faceoff. Recovery here by Fresno. Off the wall, Noaman. Trying to save it there, but now Rantala's driving Nyberg to the ground again. Rantala, the pass. Auruela over to Leto. And a cross-court shot attempt there, but it sails wide left. Recovery there by Nyberg. Now it's Edvin Nilsson. He's on the drive. Heading down, will find Max Blanco. Back to Nilsson. The shot attempt. It's wild, wacky sailing out of bounds. Had a lot of power on it. Max Blanco here to take the hit in for Fresno. Scott Torkelson with him. Off the wall, back to Torkelson, over to Nilsson. The goal to Noaman. The shot attempt, stopped there by Valtteri Rantala. Leto swinging around. How it goes, Kotulwoto sending it down deep into Fresno territory behind the goal line. The pass to Rantala intercepted there by Torkelson. Torkelson now on the far wing, driving down. He's got Noaman on the fast break. He'll try to get a pass off, but it's blocked there by Rene Kotulwoto. Now it's Santoleto trying to get a pass, but it goes off the foot of Edvin Nilsson. A lot of back and forth here that we're seeing on these possessions. Rapid counterattacks. Björninen losing control of the ball there. Castellanos nearly getting a foothold. It'll go to Kotulwoto over to Vanyanpa. In the middle, Yipa Ruela. Björninen, the pass to Vanyanpa. Scott Hiltonen. Looking down court from the center. Alex Noaman blocking that pass, but he brings it above the waist level. That's going to be a high stick violation. Minnesota ball. Yipa Ruela there with Emily Björninen, set to take it. Björninen, pass to Vanyanpa. Back to Auruela. Vanyanpa, the pass down deep. Looking around, gets it to Hiltonen. Hiltonen, shot attempt sails wide. It's coming around the world, down the corner. Ilamari Lehtinen recovering here for Minnesota. He's got Walsh on him tight, Fraktord in front of him. He'll spin around to break Walsh. Coming around, the shot saved by Ben Giddy. He'll pass it to Cordemont, who sends it off the back wall to Walsh. Substitutions for both teams. Noaman, go with the pass to Nyberg. Blanco now on the close wing, trying to drive up. He'll break around Vanyanpa behind the goal line. Looking for a chance. It'll go off the leg of his own man, Torkelson. Sailing off the back wall. Torkelson there to recover. He'll get a pass out. He'll find Noaman. Trying to find Blanco, but it goes off the leg center for Rene Kotulwoto. Tim Nyberg at half court for Fresno. Edvin Nilsson calling for the pass. Off the wall. That pass nearly falling into the hands of Valtteri Rantala. Alex Noaman there to save it. Powerful shot by Torkelson, blocked by Leto. Noaman behind the goal, trying for another Michigan. Saved there by Arvinen. And Noaman chips it in, but the whistle blown just moments before it hit the net. Minnesota's ball here. Referee Sean Eden stopping time there. Looking to wipe the court. 6 minutes, 6 seconds still remain in the second period. Fresno enjoying a healthy 4-goal lead. Minnesota sending Järvinen out, returning, ready for play. The pass to Auruela, over to Hiltonen. Hiltonen, deep pass off the wall to Lehtinen, chipped away by Kortmans. Shipping it down the sideline somehow, still staying in bounds, but they're going to call a high stick on Minnesota. It'll be a Fresno hit. Thomas Kortemans, the pass. Back to Walsh, over to Frafjord. Out the wall, finds Smith. Smith on Auruela, captain on captain. Castellanos looking around. Leto with some aggressive defense. Walsh now from center court, the pass to Castellanos on the close wing. Cross court, looking for Kortemans. Trying to get it to Frafjord. Minnesota able to chip the ball to half court. The spin pass there by Lehtinen. Järninen able to get there first. Behind the goal line. Walsh going to the ground. It'll be a Growlers hit. Already taken. Järninen with the ball. Back to Auruela. Järninen. Spin shot. Goes off the posts there. No good. Frafjord there in the corner with Leto. Castellanos on Hiltunen. And that aggressive defense pays off. Castellanos to the ground, but Frafjord on the attack. Shot seals wide right. Yipa Auruela looking to recover for his team here. He'll go with a pass out to Järninen. On the far side, shot attempt. Goes off the leg of Torkelson, sailing out of bounds. It'll be a Minnesota hit in here with just under 5 minutes remaining. Hit out of bounds there. It's going to be Fresno's ball. Deep pass to Norman. Trying to get the angle on Auruela. Down to Blanco. Blanco with a smooth pass to Norman. Nilsson missing the reception there. The deep drive there by Rantala. Sails out of bounds. The Fresno bench very happy about the defense. Growlers ball. Deep pass back to Vanjonpa. Kotulwoto cross court. Trying to find Auruela, but it sails wide. He'll have to recover. Pass to Vanjonpa over to Kotulwoto. Deep shot goes off the back of his own man, Hugo Rovinen. Nilsson, the chip over to Torkelson. Fast break. Off the right post. Hugo Rovinen now. Shot intercepted there. Noaman to Torkelson. Another shot. This time sails far left. Noaman. A third try from Torkelson. This time it's too high. Left, right, and high for Torkelson on that drive. Everywhere but the net. 4 minutes, 12 seconds still remaining. Growlers ball. Vanjonpa. Over to Järninen. Down around the corner. Ilmari Lehtinen looking for an opportunity. Trying to get the pass there to Järninen. Taylor Walsh and Jonas Castellanos with some incredible defense. Referee stopping play. It's going to be awarded to Minnesota here. Järninen. Pass over to Vanjonpa. Ilmari Lehtinen getting it around Frafjord, but it's stolen by Matt Smith. Spinning around, trying to break the defender. He'll send it deep into Minnesota territory. Castellanos able to get there first. The pass, Matt Smith. Back over to Frafjord. Frafjord trying to get it to Castellanos, but it sails wide. Leto now able to take it for the Growlers. Playing keep away from Fredrik Frafjord there in open waters. Here to Vanjonpa. The pass back to Tuukka Hiltunen. Over to Leto. Matt Smith putting some pressure here, going behind the goal line. Yipa Auruela off the back wall. Smith subbing out. Kotulwoto sending it back to Leto. Auruela with the pass to Leto. Less than 3 minutes remain. The shot attempt there. It's out after it bounces off the right post. Fresno's hit in. Cross-court pass, powerful there from Nilsson to Noeman. Blanco trying to get a pass off. It's blocked by Leto, getting a leg down on the ground. Noeman to Nilsson. He's just past the goal line. Get it across court to Blanco. Torkelson is in the middle there. Great defense from Leto, blocking the pass. Noeman over to Nilsson. It's good! Number 90, Edvin Nilsson, continuing to seal the deal here for the Fresno Force. The player from Sirius IBK with D1 and Allsvenskan experience, certainly contributing in a big way to this Fresno team. 2 minutes, 31 seconds still remaining in the second period. And Fresno extending their lead further. Your score, Growlers 0, Force 5. Of course, in floorball, anything can happen, and we've seen lots of teams overcome these 4 or 5 goal deficits. And if any team could do it in the NAFL right now, it would be the Minnesota Growlers. But Fresno's making them work just a little bit harder for it. Thomas Kortmont off the wall. Matt Smith now losing control there. It's Vanyonpa. Cross court off the wall. Järninen now coming back around half court. Driving in close to the middle. A shot attempt sails high and out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno hit in. Thomas Kortmont over to Frafjord. Get the advantage off of Lettinen. Spin around, nearly tumbling to the ground there. As he does, it's going to be a hit awarded here to Fresno. Castellanos took a shot immediately off the hit. It was a good try, but it sailed out of bounds. It'll be a hit in here for Minnesota. Yipa Ruela set to take the hit here. He'll pass to Vanyonpa. Over to Hiltunen. Coming down now, Ruela again to Vanyonpa. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the second. Down all the way in the corner, Ilmari Lehtinen stumbling there. It's going to draw a foul. That's a hit awarded here to the Minnesota Growlers. Ilmari Lehtinen set to take the free hit here. He'll have support from Tuukka Hiltunen. Hiltunen going around. He finds Järninen over to Vanyonpa on the far wing. Heading down. It's a 2-minute drill here on the offense for the Growlers. The shot attempt by Järninen goes off the legs of Frafjord. Auruela to Lehtinen. Trying for another attempt. Smith on some great defense there. Getting a stick in there for a steal. Castellanos to Smith. It's a fast break here. Over to Frafjord. Loses control of the pass. It sends it behind the goal line. Spinning around, looking for a man to pass to. Will go down deep to Kim Nyberg. Less than a minute and a half remaining. Both teams making some crucial subs here in the last remaining moments of the second period. Shot attempt by Nilsson sails high, out of bounds. It goes off the body of Rantala just slightly, so it'll be a hit in here for Fresno. Number 34, Alex Noeman. He's got Blanco. Noeman off the wall, finds Nyberg. He's got Torkelson in the middle. Noeman, shot attempt goes off the body of Auruela. A second shot attempt by Torkelson, saved by Järvinen. Noeman chipping the return from Järvinen. Nyberg able to get to it. The pass to Nilsson. Now over to Torkelson on the far wing. Less than a minute remaining in the second. Down to Nyberg. Cross-court pass, sails wide past Torkelson. Rantala trying to capitalize on it. Getting it over, trying to find Rovinen. Unable to convert on the shot attempt there. And the free hit awarded here to the Force. A tad over 40 seconds remaining. It'll be Walsh here to take it for Fresno. The pass down to Frafjord. Back to Walsh. Kortmont on the far wing. 30 seconds remain. Castellanos sends it down deep to Matt Smith. Spinning around. Matt Smith still not able to get a break, to get a pass off. They'll send it back down to Castellanos after driving Auruela away from the corner. Recovery there. Hiltunen to Auruela. Hiltunen again coming around to Järninen. Back to Hiltunen. Saved by Ben Kitty. Recovered in the final seconds of the period. And with that, it's the end of regulation in the second period. At the end of 2, your score, Minnesota 0, Fresno 5. Floorball fans, what a match it's been so far. Impressive play by both teams. Don't go anywhere, because we're about to have another exclusive player interview. And of course, in less than 12 minutes, we'll return with more of your favorite floorball action between the Minnesota Growlers and the Fresno Force. Well, floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, it's been a second period in the stunner by the Fresno Force against the Minnesota Growlers. Joining me now is number 27, Jonas Castellanos. Jonas, how are you feeling after two?
I'm a bit tired, of course, but the guys had some good Terry Black's barbecue last night, so we have enough power to go for 20 more minutes.
Now, what do you think has been the key that has turned Fresno into an unstoppable force so far in this game?
It has to be a lot of grinders on the team. Coming in this year, much more naffle bunnies in the arena. I think that's what motivates us the most.
Now, what do you think is going to be the key in the third period defending against the Growlers, who are certainly going to be hungry?
They're hungry. We don't need any more goals. Just be tight in defense. I think that's the key, obviously.
Well, Jonas Castellanos, best of luck in the third period. Floorball fans, you're not going to want to miss the conclusion of this exciting game between the Fresno Force and the Minnesota Growlers. Well, floorball fans, we're just about ready to head back down to the court for what's set to be an exciting third period between the Fresno Force and the Minnesota Growlers. But before we do, we'd like to remind you that the NAFL wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. Of course, we sent our explorers out to search the galaxy, and they came back and told us there was only one stop for everything floorball, floorballplanet.com. And the NAFL has an official clothing partner for the 2023 season. It's Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. From head to toe, from shoe to shirt. And as we head down for the face-off, you can trust the game ball is the only official game ball of the NAFL. Excel, because like the NAFL, Excel chooses to rule. Now as we head back down, Fresno currently 5 goals up here against the Minnesota Growlers. It was a tight game to begin, but Fresno really began pulling away there in the second period. A phenomenal performance. You can tell they're really firing on all cylinders, coming together as a team. The Growlers came out with a dominant performance in their first 2 matches, but it's taken them a bit to get the gears going so far today. They haven't been able to mobilize the passing game as much as they've been able to in previous outings. It certainly says something about Fresno defense. Of course, there have still been a lot of flashes of greatness, a lot of pressure from the Growlers, and this still very much could be their game. They're just going to have to work a little bit harder for it here in this third period. It's crunch time. Improper hit. It's going to be a hit awarded here to the Minnesota Growlers. Ilmari Lehtinen over to Hiltunen. Hiltunen, shot sails wide left. Impressive speed, the height was right, just the angle was off. Nilsson, the pass to Nyberg, deep pass down to Blanco. Blanco, the spin around, Vanyopa, he's driving to the goal, it's good! Max Blanco. A phenomenal drive within the first minutes. Fresno looking to continue to reestablish their dominance. They're doing it here in the third period already. Max Blanco, the returner to the Force, men's national team player. He signed with Sirius IBK after the season in the NAFL, and you can tell it's paid off. 19:21 still to go. It's now Minnesota 0, Fresno 6. Face-off recovered here by the Force. Forsmarch off the wall to Matt Smith. Goes through the legs there, Vrantala. Over to Frafjord. Down to Castellanos, over to Walsh. Off the wall. Looking for an opportunity. He'll spin around, send it back down. Looking for Castellanos, but it'll sail all the way to Matt Smith. After a 4th place finish in the NAFL last season, Fresno has been looking for a redemption story. Great save there by Pasi Järvinen. Fresno has the opportunity to continue to build themselves up this season. They've done a great job so far. They're continuing to push on, and they look to improve to a 2-1 record if they can come away with the win today. Growlers with the ball, Santurleto looking for an opportunity. He'll go back down to Rantala. Coming down close wing. If they want to come away with a victory, they're going to have to go with what they know best. It's concerted offensive efforts, waiting for the defense to make a mistake. Rantala misses the ball there, unforced error. That's going to send it all the way down to the back wall. Quartermont sending it out to Walsh. Quartermont's forced out of the court. No matter, Fresno still on the offensive. Matt Smith here, looking for an opportunity. He goes down, finds Frafjord. Frafjord swinging around. A pass to Castellanos. Just gypped away there by Santurleto. Ball still in play. Valtteri Rantala here. Go to pass to Leto. Substitutions for both teams. Petro Vanjonpa. Passing back and forth there with Jipa Oruela. Deep pass to Ilmari Lehtinen. Blocked there by Edvin Nilsson twice now. Nilsson with great defense stopping those pass attempts. Nilsson keeping it inbounds down the line. The spin around by Hiltunen, but it's going to be a hit awarded here to the Fresno Force. 17:57 remaining in the third. We spoke with Jonas Castellanos of the Fresno Force during the intermission. What he told us is the focus now for Fresno isn't about scoring more goals. What matters now is locking down the defense to make sure that all of those goals count. He said they've had a great time. The team enjoyed some Terry Black's barbecue in Austin last night. He said that's been what they need to rest up, to refresh, and to get their heads in the game. Ball sailing out of bounds there. Substitutions for both teams before the hit in. It'll be number 9, Thomas Kortmach, with a pass out to Taylor Walsh. Over to Frafjord. Coming in around the middle. We go through the legs of Marcellet over to Kortmach. And the ball crushed there. A token of aggressive physical play. It'll be a face-off on the close center spot. Frafjord on Kotelwoto. Gentleman's face-off there. Kotelwoto sending it down to Fresno. Cross court over to Walsh. Peter Marcellet playing up there. Front man for the defense. The pass over to Castellanos. Cross court to Frafjord. Frafjord shot attempt. Saved by Pasi Arvinen. Valtteri Rantala with the pass back out to Rene Kotelwoto. Comes down to Rantala. Spinning around, back to Kotelwoto behind him. Around the midcourt line, deep shot attempt goes off the body of Taylor Walsh. Kotelwoto behind the half-court line, in the Growlers' backcourt to go with the pass to Leto. Over to Rovinen. Matt Smith beginning the press here for Fresno. Not much pass defense there though. Hugo Rovinen, powerful shot, sails just wide right. Battle for possession in the corner. It's going to be ruled a Minnesota Growlers free hit. Both teams setting new lines. It'll be Tuukka Hiltunen getting ready for the free hit here for the Growlers. He'll have support there from Ilmari Lehtinen. Off the wall, over to Lehtinen. Gets it back around, Hiltunen. Devanyanpak, shot attempt sails just wide left. Nyberg pushing down. The hit awarded here to Minnesota. The pass there from Auruela to Bierinen, but he misses the ball on the shot attempt. Vanyanpak trying to keep it away from force, but now it's Noeman on the offensive. He'll miss it to go on the outside of the goal. The Growlers fighting to reset the goal there. Nilsson sends it to Noeman, back to Nilsson. Driving in, goes off the body there of Hilton, and it's going to be a hit in here for Fresno. Play stopping here in order to wipe the court. It'll be Frafjord set to take it for Fresno and play resumes. Frafjord off the back wall, over to Smith. Frafjord the shot attempt, blocked there by Rantala. Frafjord another attempt, blocked by Arvinen. Frafjord. Pass intended for Smith, taken by Rantala. Frafjord off the wall, finds Walsh. Goes back around behind the goal line, finds Kortmach. Spinning around from the corner. Coming down, cross-court pass, looking for Castellanos. Heading down. And Matt Smith, the shot attempt, saved there by Arvinen. It's going to be ruled a Growlers free hit. Impressive hustle there from Captain Matt Smitty Smith. Hiltunen from center court, the pass back down to Vanyanpak. Now he's in center court. He's got Ilmari Lehtinen on the close wing. Instead, he'll send it forward to Captain Yipa Oruela. Max Blanco, aggressive press there, forcing him back further into Minnesota territory. Lehtinen able to get it out to Hiltonen. Hiltonen gets it over. Yipa Oruela missing that shot opportunity there, sending it instead out off the post. Certainly not happy about that one. It's Edvin Nilsson here for the Fresno Force. Pass out to Kim Nyberg. Alex Noeman. Back to Nyberg. Cross-court pass to Torkelson. Blocked there by Hiltonen. Shipped out of bounds. It's going to be Fresno's ball on the hit-in. Minnesota not happy about the call. Adam Torkelson set to take it. He'll pass. Noeman, cross-court to Nyberg. Nyberg, the fake there. He couldn't fool Emily Björninen. Back down, Kim Nyberg. Down to Edvin Nilsson. Deep pass to the far corner, looking for Blanco. Off the wall to Noeman. Powerful shot, sails out of bounds. Hits a Kempa sign. It'll be a hit in here for the Growlers. The pass now, down close to Rene Kotelwoto. Valtteri Rantala. Over to Leto. Rantala, Kotelwoto. Back to Leto. The passing game picking up here for Minnesota. Pressure there from Frafjord and Smith on the defense. Cross-court pass looking for Rovinen. They recover it off the wall. Smith there on the interception. Saved by Arvinen. Can he get another shot? It's good! Jonas Castellanos on the assist from Smith. It was a bum rush to the goal. Overwhelming goalkeeper Pasi Järvinen by brute force. After Järvinen had cleared from the goal, Jonas Castellanos was there to chip it into an open net. 13-26 still remaining in the third period. Your score now, Minnesota 0, Fresno 7. Tuukka Hiltonen here. Set to face off against Noeman. The court clean now. Heading down now, Ilmari Lehtinen behind the goal line, playing as vigorously as ever here. Down off the wall, Yipa Oruela. That pass chipped away there by Torkelson. Over to Nilsson, back to Torkelson. It'll go off his feet. He's got Vanyon by the feet. Chipped away there. Hiltonen getting to the ball, both going to the ground. Noeman losing a stick. Stoppage of time here. Noeman getting to his feet there. A little slow getting up. It's going to be a Fresno hit. .13:07 remaining in the third. Fresno making a substitution only to bring them back in before play resumes. It's an interesting coaching tactic. The pass over to Walsh on the far wing. Cross court finds Smith. Off the wall. Frafjord able to get there. Matt Smith looking for a shot opportunity, but he misses the ball. He's going to have to look for a pass now. He'll go out to Kotemanch. Over to Walsh. Järvinen trying to rush the passing lane, now unable to get there in time. Pass over to Matt Smith. You can tell this Fresno team is really getting some chemistry together with each other. That was one of their strong suits last season, was having a really inviting team culture. Players felt welcome. Players felt like they had something to contribute. And at the end of the day, they were having fun together. Last season, it didn't always result in the outcome that Fresno wanted. This season, it seems the tune has changed a bit. Yipa Oruela, deep shot, sails wide right. Ilmari Lehtinen, pass blocked there by Taylor Walsh. Hit awarded here to Minnesota. There's still time here for Minnesota to make something happen. Järninen running around, shot sails high, out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno force hit in. Kim Nyberg to take it here. Ben Kitty kicking it back out. Cross court, Nilsson. Back to Nyberg. Coming in closer towards the center. Go with the pass, close wing. Nilsson now coming around in the center lane. Nyberg over to Blanco. Down off the wall. Nilsson's pass goes off the foot of Noeman. Marshallay there with a pass to Rantala. Shipped away by Torkelson. It's still in bounds. Now Torkelson and Noeman on the offensive. Torkelson shot just wide, sails out of bounds. And it'll be a Fresno hit in. Alex Noeman, the pass to Nilsson. Back in the corner, behind the goal line to Torkelson. Trying for a Michigan goal. Unable to convert. Max Blanco now. Over to Nyberg, back to Blanco. Coming in tight, goes off the body of Santuleto, sailing out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno hit in with 11:21 still to go in the third. Substitutions here for both teams. Frapfjord and Smith getting ready to take the hit in. F. Kortmans for support. Smith shipping it to Frapfjord. Smith now from the far wing. He'll pass it out to Walsh. Taylor Walsh. The pass looking for Castellanos, but he's 3 steps behind. Auruela shipping it out. Järninen now on the offensive. Kortmans to beat. Saved by Ben Kitty. Matt Smith off the wall around the corner to Frapfjord. The Fresno bench on their feet, excited after that defense. Matt Smith, the pass to Walsh. Sending it down to Castellanos behind the goal line. Looking for an opportunity. Walsh, the shot sails wide right. Järvinen unable to recover as it bounces off the back of the goal. Now it's Yipa Ruela with the ball. Castellanos retreating here for the force. Santuleto here in the center. Down to Valtteri Rantala. Facing pressure in the middle, able to break through to the second row. Referee's going to call a free hit here for the Growlers off an improper hit. Rantala shot sails wide, out of bounds, bounces off the force, so it's going to be a hit in again for the Growlers, this time from the far corner. Kotelwoto off the wall, finds Rantala. Shot attempt just off the top bar. High stick violation, it's going to be a Fresno ball. Close, but no cigar there on what was a powerful shot. Nyberg now inbounding here for Fresno. He'll go with a pass to Knight. Back to Nyberg. Ball sailing out of bounds there. Fresno hit in. Nick Van Patten set to take it. He'll pass it down. Kim Nyberg. Less than 10 minutes remain in the final period of regulation here. Fresno still with a 7-goal lead over the Minnesota Growlers. Deep pass down to Nick Van Patten. Unable to convert on the shot attempt. Järvinen catching it with a pass to Valtteri Rantala. Carson Monroe there playing some aggressive defense. Retreating back now. Valtteri Rantala in the middle. Coming. Close wing. Goes over to Kotelwoto. Santuleto, the pass over to Järninen. Heading back now, Yipa Auruela. Hiltonen back to Auruela. Passing game heating up here for Minnesota. Working closer and closer towards the goal. Heading down now, Järninen try to get an angle on Van Patten. No pass to Vanjonpa. Losing control of the ball there, unable to get a shot attempt off. Hiltonen shot sails wide left. Heading around now, Järninen off the wall. Auruela looking for Vanjonpa to get another attempt. Ball chipped up, kicked away by Edvin Nilsson. Minnesota still with possession. Järninen losing control there, able to recover. Deep shot saved by Kitty. Another shot attempt by Hiltonen saved. Phenomenal goalkeeping by the newcomer his first time sharing the NAFL court for Fresno. Edvin Nilsson over to Nyberg. To the middle there. Noaman, the spin around Auruela and Rovinen. Looking for a man to pass to off the wall. Finds Nyberg. Back down, Noaman. Turning on a dime there. Trying to get an attempt. Goes off the foot there of Vanyonpa. Kotulwoto on the attack. The spin around chipped away by Nyberg. Advantage play granted here to Minnesota after that hit. Valtteri Rantala on the close wing. He'll pass it back out to Santuleto. Game slowing down for a second here. The pass to Kotulwoto around Blanco. In the center now, pass out to Rantala. Again, pressure from Blanco. He's able to pass to Leto. Kotulwoto with some open room. Cross-court pass to Rantala. The shot attempt goes off the legs of Edvin Nilsson. Torkelson trying to get a pass off. Nilsson's there to help support. Blanco to Torkelson. He shoots, saved by Pasi Arvinen. Norman gets it back out to Nyberg. Fresno putting the pressure back on. Nyberg into Nilsson. The shot attempt, it's good. Edvin Nilsson with another goal. It's an assist from Nyberg. And with 7 minutes, 8 seconds in the third period, Fresno continuing their dominant performance. Their score now, Minnesota 0, Fresno 8. It's Edvin Nilsson's second goal of the game. Certainly enough room to share here with Fresno's offensive performance so far. As we head back down for the faceoff, it'll be Hiltunen on Frafjord. Just waiting for goalkeeper number 77, Pasi Arvinen, to return to the court. And around Auruela, down to Hiltunen. To Bjerninen. The shot attempt there, Marcellet missing there. A close call for Fresno. Play stopped there. Hit ruled for Minnesota off a push called there as Marcellet went into the backboards. Auruela and Hiltunen. Hiltunen now looking for an opportunity. He'll pass down. Vanyonpa. Go down. Bjerninen to Auruela. Almost looking for a shot attempt from deep. Bjerninen's shot goes off the body of Frafjord. Going to the ground there. Hiltunen. The pass back to Bjerninen as he gets back to his feet. Vanyonpa. Auruela, the shot. Saved there. Another close call for Fresno. Auruela sending the ball out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno hit in. New lines for both teams here. It'll be number 13, Justin Knight, with the pass to Kim Nyberg. Going down Nyberg to Monroe. Back to Nyberg. A little too much heat on the pass, it sails into the back corner. Marcellet taking the opportunity to press, but Knight's wide open. Down the wall, Monroe, back to Knight. Over to Nyberg, goes off the wall. Rovinen trying to capitalize for the Growlers. 6 minutes remain in the third period. Monroe chipping the ball up and away. Leto's there to recover. Now it's a goose chase for the ball. Kotulwoto able to get there before Brigade for the force. Now to Rantala on the offensive, on the close wing, driving down. Monroe goes to the ground. Van Patten to Brigade. Behind the back shot attempt, sails off the body of Santuleto. Monroe still on the ground. Number 7, Carson Monroe, currently being evaluated by a trainer after seeming to take a fall there after that offensive. Carson Monroe to his feet here, being escorted to the Fresno bench. The court now being cleaned. Play about to resume. It'll be Fresno's ball to return. 5 minutes, 37 seconds still remaining in the third. Minnesota 0, Fresno 8. It'll be number 8, Max Blanco, set to take the hit. He has Alex Noam on there for support. And with that, the game resumes. Noam to Blanco. Ball chipped out there by Auruela. It's going to be a hit in here for Fresno. Heading down, Kim Nyberg. Deep pass down to Torkelson. Back out to Nyberg, off the wall, looking for Noam. Bjernen able to jump the passing lane there, coming around to the center. Pass between the legs of Torkelson, but it sails all the way to the back wall. Hiltonen trying to recover there. He's got Noam on him with Nyberg. Blanco able to get there. Nyberg, cross-court pass. He'll find Blanco. Cross-court to Torkelson. The shot goes off the foot there of Vanjonpa, sailing into the far corner. 5 minutes to go in the third. Edvin Nilsson coming around the middle, a pass out to Nyberg. Marcellet pressing. Noam across to Torkelson. Kim Nyberg now towards the back. Noam into Nilsson. Fresno taking their time, certainly no reason to rush into making a mistake. Justin Knight from the crease. Working with Noam as he heads out to sub. Marcellet slowly creeping up here with the Growlers defense. Nyberg has Nick Van Patten on his side. He'll take the pass. Van Patten coming around the middle. The pass out to Klaas Brigade. The shot sails wide left. Santuleto here for the Growlers. It's going on far wing. Van Patten coming up for defense. Santuleto here in the center lane. He comes down. Valtteri Rantala getting around, getting the angle there on Steve Wilburn. Saved by Ben Kitty. Penalty call here on team owner of the Fresno Force, Steve Wilburn. And that was right after his first court time of the game. Quite an entrance there for Wilburn. That's going to put Minnesota in power play with 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the game. Can Fresno outlast them during this bench penalty? Auruela working with Hiltonen. Auruela again from the center. He's got Bjernen to his left. Creeping up. Pass to Hiltonen. Saved by Ben Kitty. Chipped away there by Edvin Nilsson. Adam Torkelson pursuing there. Yipa Auruela having to go behind his own goal line. Torkelson still not releasing yet on the defense. Finally returning to the power play formation here. Yipa Auruela over to Hiltonen. This is the ball there on the pass. Over to Coltuoto. Back to Hiltonen. Over to Auruela. Auruela again working with Bjernen. Shot attempt off the body of Edvin Nilsson. Auruela, another shot goes off the body of his own man, Valtteri Rantala. Kotelwoto. Down to Hiltonen. Now Ruela coming around. The pass to Bjerninen. Coming around. Over to Hiltonen. Back to Bjerninen. Now Ruela. The intended receiver on that pass, but it's jumped there by Noaman. Torkelson, the shot. Saved by Arvinen. Less than a minute remaining in power play. Bjerninen with the pass to Kotelwoto. Over to Auruela. No one in the center. Looks like they're running an ISO play for Hiltonen. And it works! The Growlers are able to score their first goal of the game there. Tuukka Hiltonen scoring that goal. 2 minutes, 5 seconds still remaining in the third period. Minnesota no longer scoreless. Your score, Growlers 1, Fresno Force 8. And that will end power play. It was Auruela and Bjerninen drawing the defense over to the far wing. No man in center court. It was only Hiltonen towards the back on the close wing. The ISO play working, giving him a perfect opportunity. Incorrect hit. It's going to be a free hit here for Growlers. Leto set to take it. Shot attempt there by Rantala. Goes off the stick there is Smith. Rantala trying another shot, missing the ball. That's behind the goal line. Hit awarded here to Fresno. Portmarsh. Back to Walsh. It's the Canadian backcourt here for the Fresno Force. Marshall starting to press. Walsh gets Frafjord in the middle. Matt Smith. The pass back to Walsh. Over to Frafjord. In the center now. The pass out to Smith. It goes far into the corner. Leto boxing out Smith. Coming around now. Over to the close wing. Frafjord pursuing him. They go behind the goal line. Fresno releasing. Less than a minute and a half remaining in the game. Rantala. Coming around now. Close wing. Over to Santuleto. Rene Kotelwoto. Back to Leto. Intercepted there. Jonas Castellanos on the offensive now. Blocked there off the body of Leto. A minute remains in the third. Walsh pressing there along with Castellanos. Kotelwoto going behind his own goal. He's got Bjerninen on the close wing. He'll pass it off as he subs out. Auruela there with Bjerninen. Close wing, Vanyonpa back to Auruela. What can Minnesota do as we hit half a minute remaining? Vanyonpa back to Auruela. Auruela in the center. Kick it back out to the wing to Vanyonpa. Losing control of that ball. Walsh able to chip it. It goes out of bounds with 18 seconds remaining. Vanyonpa to Auruela. Over to Bjerninen. The spin around to evade Blanco. It's back in their own backcourt. 10 seconds left. He sends it down. Hiltonen. The shot saved by Kitty. Noaman driving down the spin around Hiltonen. 2 seconds to make a shot. Blanco to Torkelson. Saved at the last second by Arvinen. Your final score here from Georgetown, Texas. Minnesota Growlers 1, Fresno Force 8. The redemption arc continues for the Fresno Force. Only the fourth time that a team has ever been held to one goal in an NAFL match. The Growlers playing hard all game and doing well during power plays to avoid a shutout. They're going to come back hungrier than ever, and as their first two games show, we know they're capable of great success here in the NAFL. Folks, don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to have an exclusive post-game interview for you. And of course, we'll be back in an hour with more exciting floorball action when the Ohio Aviators take on the Florida Vikings. Floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, we just finished an incredible game between the Minnesota Growlers and the Fresno Force. Joining me here is Fresno goalie Ben Kitty. Ben, how are you feeling after the win?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, boys played a good game today. So,
How did it feel coming into your first game, spending time on the court here for the Force?
yeah, it felt good. Boys were supporting me well. There's lots of block shots. Boys were getting down and dirty, trying to block everything. It was a good time. Lots of grinders on the team, and it was a good team game. So, felt good.
And Ben, this is your first season with the NAFL. Can you tell us a bit about your journey to get here?
Yeah, I've been playing floorball for quite a while, but this is obviously my first year up here. I've played a little bit with the national team here and there, but out in Vancouver we have a pretty good level. Lots of Europeans, and we play every week. So yeah, it's pretty good. Even though we're a little isolated, the level of floorball is really good.
And how did you hear about the NAFL?
Through Smitty and Taylor, and we had a training camp in Toronto a few months ago. Heard they were looking for a goalie, so I reached out to Steve, and that was it. He was interested.
Nice. Well, Ben, great game today, and best of luck in the future. Floorball fans, we'll see you in just about an hour whenever the Ohio Aviators take on the Florida Vikings. Until next time, I've been your host, Tanner David.